This podcast brought to you by Digital Diamond Entertainment.
Yeah. I just came all over this mic, and now they want me to do it again and again. Like me and my friends, but they not. I suck the dick like a...
You're what?
Never mind.
Is it me starting off? Mm-hmm. See, I wasn't sure if you were going to go with like the list of topics that we were going to talk about.
Well, let's list the characters on this show. I'm Brett Forte, and you?
Lex.
This is the King and Cobra podcast. He's the king. I'm sadly the Cobra. Just because of my body shape and my
You got the Cobra
my
to you,
determination on lats. I work back, unlike my millennial counterparts.
Wow.
Coming up on the show today, we're going to talk movie etiquette, good business versus bad business,
I like that.
why we can't host the Oscars. And then we're going to do a segment called Make Me Feel Differently. And you're going to convince me on Kanye. You're going to sell me Kanye. It's a tall task. It's a tall order.
I'm in.
But I'm looking forward to it. But first of all, how was your day, pal?
My day was super interesting. So, not to complain. This is never a complaint. I don't like to complain, but this is literally how my day went. I went to a funeral.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Fort McMurray. I've never been to Fort McMurray.
Sucks for you, hey? You had to go to a funeral.
And Fort McMurray.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know much about Fort McMurray. So I get there. This guy's supposed to come pick me up. We're going to a native reserve for the funeral. Oof. This guy never comes. Keeps telling me 11:30, 1:30. 1:30 is like, can you call a cab? It's literally in a different town. He's not thinking.
It's
you know?
outside of Fort Mac.
It's outside of Fort Mac. It's not even in the same town.
Okay.
So I just rebook a flight, fly home. I'm here. That's how I got here. We were going to cancel this.
Is the funeral taking place right now as we speak?
No, I think it's over. Super unfortunate. A guy like very much.
How do you feel the people that are attending the funeral are going to speak of you, knowing that you were in the city for the funeral and chose to leave? What's the talk of the town? Are you a bit of a Larry David?
No, I sat there for 5.5 hours.
Exactly.
6.5 hours. I was there. I don't know if you've been to Fort Mac Airport.
Yeah.
It's literally in Earls, and then it's got 2 terminals. That's the airport. So I sat in the Earls, of course.
Well, I've been to Fort Mac. Now, I'm on your side, but I'll play devil's advocate here. Why didn't you take a cab to them?
Because it's in a different town.
Right.
And this guy never suggested this either. He never said, hey, why don't I line something up for you? Why don't I get another family member to come get you? I'm telling you, I don't know anyone.
You didn't even have an address? Did you have an address?
I didn't have anything.
Oh, wow.
I had a town.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah. So I flew into Fort McMurray for the first time, and maybe it's good that I didn't leave the airport. Looking around, I was like, does not look fun out there.
Part of me thinks even if you did have an address, the King of Calgary would still demand a chariot to his destination.
No, this guy kept offering me the ride. This guy wanted to pick me up so bad that he never asked anyone for help the entire time until 5, and then he told me to get a cab to another town.
I think
extra sleeping.
I think if
extra sleeping. I think he's up there iffy. You know what I mean? I came. I didn't see. I came.
He came, but he did not saw.
I ate Earl's twice. I had 2 meals.
2 meals at
Earl's?
Earl's?
I sat in the Earl's the whole time. That girl made me, 2 things of coffee.
Tell me this.
I got a lot of deals because I drank at least 6 cranberry sodas and 10 coffees. You know me. I just fucking down drinks.
Free refills?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Amazing.
It's not 10 separate orders.
Nah.
Tell me this. Earl's.
Yeah.
Earl's girls, typically young and hot that work there. That's the profile they have to fit.
Not at Fort Mac
Not
Airport.
at the Fort Mac Airport. This is what I was asking. What's the report?
Imagine, they're like 40, 50, 40. Let's say they're 40. They were definitely
Years
very
old?
good looking when they were 30.
Oh.
They're probably 40-year-olds that are like...
Oh, this is an Olive Garden cast at the Earl's.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Except maybe one like gothic chick who was younger.
Okay.
And then...
Fits in with the older girls. Old soul.
A bartender. Of course the bartender was doing all right.
Mm-hmm. Now, was that bartender still sleeping with all the employees like a normal franchised Earl's, which I think is a prerequisite?
I'm not sure. The airport Earls, I don't know if they're getting down like that. They literally this box in a field of like cold. That's what it was. Like,
great way to describe Fort Mac. A box of cold, a field of cold.
you go outside, you die.
The first time I drove into Fort McMurray, I saw a sign on the road. On the way into Fort Mac, there's a sign that says, "Please don't feed the bears."
Oh, wow.
Like they're geese down by the river. Just
I picture
like
this saying, duh, bears. I can't lie.
Chicago logo, right? All dudes up in that town watching sports. No, real grizzly bears. We're talking like these monsters, you know?
Gay dudes, right? Grizzlies?
Exactly,
Well,
right?
I mean, sorry.
Now-
Don't feed the gay dudes.
Don't feed them. Give that money to the twinks. They need it,
Wow.
right?
Okay, so you're in Fort Mac.
It's okay.
Did you see a bear?
No, I didn't see a bear, but I was warned not to feed them. And okay, so I actually made a joke about that on stage. I was like, think about any other city you go into. Welcome to Calgary. Be a part of the energy. Welcome to Saskatoon, a sunshine state of mind. Welcome to Fort Mac. Be prepared to evacuate at any minute and don't feed the fucking bears. You know, this is the welcome to Fort Mac, the box of cold that it is. I make this joke on stage.
How'd that joke go?
I got not good, not good. Okay.
Everyone's offended, of course.
On a scale from birthday cake to fruit cake.
Wow.
That's how shitty it is. Okay.
Okay.
People were offended online, in person, saying, "How dare you? We've been through a lot."
And there's birthday cakes that have like loonies and toonies in them.
Raisins
you never get
in them.
fruit cake.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Ugh.
So people are offended online.
People are
of
offended.
course.
Not only are they offended at that, that's just a side note.
And is it because of the fact the place burnt down? Was that the general?
Right, so be prepared to evacuate at any time, as in,
Oh.
like, yeah, a fire would be happening.
Yeah.
Okay, get over it. It happened. So, there's that. There's that on the side. But the main part was I'm opening for a guy up there. I literally get on stage. I go, "Hey, guys, Fort Mac on a Friday night. How you guys feeling? Yeah, hey, put your hands together for your headliner in the back of the room. Yeah." And I go to a front couple. Sitting front row. I go, "Hey, you guys together? How long you been together?" The guy just looks at me and goes, "Just tell your fucking jokes, bud."
Of course.
Big guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm confrontational.
Fort Mac's hard. Everyone's trying to be hard.
Right?
And this is just from what I've heard, but all my friends are from Fort Mac. Like 40 people. I feel like Fort Mac's like a giant hood. You know, like even rich people in Fort Mac, it's like they're not bougie rich. You know?
No, cowboy boots rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they still have some fun. They'll still hit their wife rich.
I can afford a lawyer.
That's right.
Nah, they're tight like that.
So they have that stereotype, and I'm looking at their leader in the front row.
Okay.
Just tell your fucking jokes, bud. Other comedians, ones without lats, ones that can't do 15 wide grip chin-ups in a row, might back away from that. I continued to investigate. I said, "There's a story here.
For sure.
This guy's upset already.
80s dick.
Let's figure it out."
I thought
So-
you might pull 80s dick out on him. I can't lie. That's what I visualized. But
Well, I'm just talking to him. He's getting redder and redder in the face. He's getting angrier and angrier.
so he definitely does steroids.
Absolutely. Now, later I find out that this guy had just ripped a joint in the parking lot, and he's not very experienced with weed, and he was just paranoid
having a
and frustrated,
fucking-
and he sat down at a comedy show, front row, and the first 3 seconds of the show, the comedian asked how long he's been in a relationship, and it's just his inner bro, his inner Ford F-650 Thunder Diesel wife smacking self came out and tell your fucking jokes, bud. He just lost it.
Yeah.
Now, knowing that knowledge now, it's like, I get it. But at the time, I'm like, this guy's a prick. So I make some jokes. He's angry. I got to move past it because it honestly creates such an ugly
You feel the energy of the room. You're just like,
yeah,
ugh.
the room's like, ugh. And I only have 20 people to work with, and 2 of them, 10% of my audience, wants to fight me outside after the show already.
Are not about it.
So I got to do 30 minutes like this.
Yeah.
From not a cold start, from a negative start.
Fuck. 30.
Which I've
That's
done-
a long set too.
Which I've done before. I've literally started shows before, and someone's like gotten up in the front row. I'm like, "Hey man, like what? Oh, you're a woman. Okay, hey guys," you know, like misgender someone right off the top. So this is one of those cases. I sweat out 30. I barely escape. Okay, I slide off the stage in a pool of sweat. I hide at the back of the room. Headliner goes up, does a good job. We're talking after the show, having a good time. That guy comes up. He shakes the headliner's hand. He goes, "Hey, you were awesome tonight." He looks at me. He goes, "And you were a fucking prick." And then walks straight to the washroom, flared.
Wow.
Me and the headliner die laughing. We're keeled over like, this is amazing, because we both get it.
You dream for that shit.
Sometimes
it's funny.
One comic does good and one doesn't, you know?
Yeah.
You need to embrace those moments, you know? There's nothing on the line here. This is just a funny story. So I'm keeled over laughing. I look up, and there's his table. He was at a table with like 6 other people, along with this girl he was with. And they're all in their chairs looking at us, laughing after engaging with their buddy. So they think we're laughing behind his back. I go, "Hey, we got to get out of here." Scott Dumas. That's right. Scott Dumas. "Scott, we got to get out of here." He goes, "Okay." We're walking out the hallway. They send out one of their wasps from the table, a little messenger. He goes, "Hey, guys, come on in. We'll buy you a drink. Where are you guys going? We'll buy you drinks." And Scott's like, "Oh, that sounds pretty good, Brett. You want to go in for the drinks?" I'm like, "Dude, that's not about the fucking drinks, you know?"
This guy's gonna kick my ass.
Absolutely. So I had to like lock the deadbolt that night. One of those hotel nights where you actually put the lock on your room, you know, and the chain, and then just turned on my phone and saw all the online
Do you
hate.
usually not lock your hotel room?
No, I'm never that
They're
paranoid.
usually like keys and stuff. What kind of hotels you?
Well, this is Fort Mac.
yeah.
This is the box of cold.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're coming at me at all angles. I'm not welcome back at Fort Mac. No, not a chance. And I'll never book probably a gig up there ever again, unless it's like maybe the theater up there. I think it's called the Keystone Theater, because then I can assume there will be
Proper crowd, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know
savages.
in a bar. It's like, fuck, man. You just get drunk people.
Yeah, Fort Mac. I don't think I've ever brought up that city and heard like a positive review. Like if Fort Mac had Yelp, there's no like, "Oh, what a wonderful time I had." It's always fucked up story. Like, "I got chased out of there. There's some guy on a ski-doo with a shotgun." You know?
I heard Leo doesn't even like it.
I was trying to feed the bear, and all of a sudden, you know, like what the?
Yo, I have crazy good friends from Fort Mac. Like, the list is unbelievable.
Well, you're friends with some
Marty,
man's man. Benny,
Buckles.
YYC famous Benny.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? That's
From Fort Mac. Yo, I talked to him and Cut today while I was there for... Man, Benny's the best. Like, he's great for conversations. We'll
Yeah.
talk forever. It's actually crazy. So I call him because I know I'm trying to waste a bunch of time. Because I knew I was wasting like 5 hours right from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll be there at 11:30. It was like 8:30. I was like, whatever. So hit up Benny, great guy.
Shout out
We
to Benny.
talked forever. It was great. Hit up Marty. We talked forever. But actually, the time was pretty good. I
Yeah.
signed at Earls. I signed on fucking Earls. Like, it wasn't that bad, but it was just inconvenient because it's a small little plane even. I don't even fit on this fucking plane.
No, absolutely. Is it
Yeah.
one of those planes that's like 2 rows on one side and 1 row on the other? And they
Yeah.
stick you on the 1 row because you're the size of 2 people?
Yo, it's literally the size of, like, when they tell me you have to duck to get out
yeah.
to, like, watch your head, and then I hit my head on my knee.
Oh,
You
my
know?
God. You're getting out of the back of a prison
Oh.
van. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Shout out to Fort Mac, man. Hope you don't burn down ever again.
Wow. What a
You're
great
welcome.
shout out. What a great shout out.
And obviously the show for Robert Cardinal. I'm going to name the beer. I'm actually making a beer with Wild Rose tomorrow morning,
Oh, my
8
God.
a.m. I'm going to name it the Cardinal. I think it's good.
The Cardinal.
Yeah.
Why? What's
Robert
this?
Cardinal. He passed away.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And it wasn't from drunk driving, so I can name a beer after him.
Wow. And then you got to have some friends over to drink the keg,
Exactly.
right?
It's my own funeral.
It's like spreading the ashes of an alcoholic. you make a beer in his honor, you know?
And everyone can piss him out later.
Not that your friend's an alcoholic, but
He's not. He's the man. He was actually the hardest working. He's an inspiration. Like,
Yeah?
straight up.
tell me
you know.
how let's
It's the hardest working man. He'll drive forever. He's not like... He's got 4 kids.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people said when he met me that he really wanted to be like me. And that's just true. Like, he opened a store. You know, if you watch the Snapchat or Instagram, he would drop my lines and stuff. But that's fine. Like, the fact you want to emulate me he was already dope. You know?
The fact that
he just
he-
added some stuff to him, and he's even doper. And that's all it was. Like, he's such a good person.
And look, all that respect almost got you to his funeral. Almost got you there.
Yo,
You're pretty
I
good.
was going, man. I was going. Fuck.
You were there.
I was there. I'm going to drink the keg and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna drink it, but the homie's gonna drink the keg. I'm gonna try it. This will be the first time I tried alcohol in 6 years.
This reminds me of a time when you walked out of a movie theater in the middle of a date. You just left the girl. You know what I mean? Just the etiquette of just leaving.
I had to
doing
go.
the Irish goodbye.
I don't know if this is true. Maybe I made this up in my head to make myself feel better about the whole situation. But I think because she brought 2 friends to the movie theater, I think one of them was the dude she's still with. So did I
This is
feel
deep.
something
This is deep.
and leave?
Okay. All right. So you're with this girl, and there's another guy at the time sitting
My excuse
there.
at the time was that I ate gluten and was tired.
Oh my, no.
That was my excuse.
Over text? You texted this
I
to her
didn't even
later?
text her. I didn't even tell her I left. I just dipped.
I ate gluten and I got tired.
That's why I said later. She's like, she never talked to me for months, you know?
Months after
Months.
that.
You know, Misty Wynn, she's a jail chick. She's like, she's hard. She's not
Oh,
gonna
I didn't know
fuck
this
with
was
me.
Misty.
It was Misty.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. I'm sorry, Misty. You
Misty-
know it's love. It's never been anything.
Misty's fantastic.
She's cool as fuck.
And she's
Yeah.
with her man, and
Still, I
he
think.
the one,
I stopped following and shit, but
right? Is he the one?
whatever. Yeah, I was out.
So you have a theory that you're a good luck Chuck, that when you break up with a girl, she finds the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they like date me and realize,
Yeah.
I need to find the right one, and they go hard and find it.
Okay, I'm glad
Maybe.
I'm glad you phrased
They
it.
get sick of
Yeah.
getting left in movie theaters or
Okay.
break up. Remember that time you picked me up from the airport?
So yeah, one of his girlfriends comes back into town,
I came back in
or
town.
you come back into town. I pick you up from the airport because you chose me as the ride. You chose your first moments with me instead of your girlfriend.
I got in trouble.
Relationship ending trouble?
I broke up with her, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I got in trouble.
Because
But
you didn't prioritize her.
I made one of the best memes I ever made. You're bending in a car, and I put the meme. It was that hooker bone rat.
Bone Rat's my rap
And you're
name.
bending in a car, and it was the most fire meme at the time that I had created. And I sent this to her.
You did, yeah, okay, all right. Now I see why she broke. Yeah, no, it was the most fire meme.
You're just gonna go chill with Brett?
but I'm creating fire memes with Brett.
No, you just picked me up from the airport. It literally
I'm
just
tired,
happened.
babe. I had gluten. Listen to you. No, you're right.
We went to Blue Star Diner. Shout out Blue Star Diner.
Yeah,
That's
so
where it happened,
you
on
had
that corner.
You had your first meal with me at Blue Star.
And then I broke up over text, and then we just walked around the city. Do you remember that? We were like throwing rocks in the water. We seen Alex Carr, and he just like walked by us.
Yeah, you hold on to that moment. You feel betrayed by Alex for walking past us that day.
Imagine you see your homies, and you don't go and say what up.
Well, okay. And Alex,
That's weird as fuck. I don't care what anyone says.
Let's paint the picture. We have a 32-year-old man and a 24-year-old man standing in the river throwing rocks, and another 30-year-old man comes walking by on his way to work or on his way home, sees his friends doing this, and decides not to jump in the river with them. I
Weird
don't
as
blame.
fuck.
I don't blame that guy.
That's weird. I don't care what he says. I'm cool. Like, Carr knows it's nothing but love, but that's weird to me. I'm not holding on to it. I'm just telling the story.
The
and maybe
whole
I
team.
shouldn't tell the story like that because I do hold on to that moment, I guess.
The whole team eats. You're right. We got to squad up.
Come say what up. I just broke up with my girl.
He didn't know that.
I know.
If you would,
Because he never came and checked. He never came. Jeez. He
never came.
Well, that's Carr. I
That's
actually
Carr.
wouldn't expect him now to come. Like, now that I know him, it's different.
Well, he's a lone
Like,
wolf.
I know him and, like...
Let a man be.
He is a lone wolf.
Let
It's
a man
dope.
be what
He's
animal
like-
he is. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. If you've been getting talked to by Carr, you're special in his life. You know what I mean? Like, he's not out there talking to a bunch of people.
Alex Carr is a radio personality in Toronto. Just landed a morning show with his sister. This
Huge.
guy, I went to school with him, radio school with him, 4 years ago. Only 1,200 revolutions of this sun around our Earth did he start in a
And he's shitting on him.
in a school with me, learning radio. I produced his first demo reel. It's called to hand in.
And he got the job in Airdrie, was the
Yeah,
first?
he applied to Airdrie. Now, the stigma in radio is that you have to go start in, God knows, you got to start in Nanaimo, BC for 600 listeners. That's how you're supposed to work your way up. That's how they told you, right?
Yeah.
And Me, you, and Alex kind of seem to try to find our own lanes. I do it in a weasel tactic. I burrow my thinly shaped face into little
All of a
crevices.
sudden you're just there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Alex is a leapfrog. He is a frog. He will literally squat low and then boing over you. But before you know it, he's already landed in front of you.
Yo.
What animal would you
I
describe
say I'm
yourself?
like a consistent bull. Just fuck it.
Okay, strong-headed.
I'm definitely a Tasmanian devil, but
No,
I don't
no.
know. I'm thinking more Bugs Bunny, not the animal.
You don't have the movement of a Tasmanian devil.
I'm
You're
just
a bull.
messy. That's what yeah.
You're a bull, and your back gets sore every once in a while because so many girls are always riding you at the bar, right? You're the mechanical
Exactly.
bull.
Fuck, I hate that bar.
So, yeah, Car's a leapfrog. You're a bull. I'm a weasel. This guy now, 4 years after starting in Airdrie, is now hosting a morning show in Toronto, which is the biggest market.
The Edge.
Yeah, The Edge, which is apparently like the radio station.
Yeah, the rock radio station. That's like Jerry Forbes level in a bigger market.
Crazy.
Think about that.
Unfortunately, he is in an age where it's not just radio that he has to produce. In Jerry Forbes' day, yeah, you just have to sit in the studio and come up with good stuff for speakers, for sound. Now it's got a live stream on Facebook, Periscope, Tweet, Instagram, not MySpace. You know, it's trying to get the list going.
Brings it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need live feed on everything. He was sending me, though, he's already on billboards and like...
Right. That's promotion the company does. That'll wear out in like a couple months or whatever. They do like he'll be on buses.
We're here, kind of
right?
thing, yeah.
But then he has to start creating that stuff on his own, which is he's going to be great at it, but it's also
For
a
sure.
headache.
He was already making the news at 8-ish. I think he landed in a role that's just like, here you go. And he's going to crush it.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
would
he
be
has
shocked if he didn't.
the safety net of his own sister next to him, you know?
Oh, I know. The family, like, you're
couldn't-
just there with your sister making up jokes.
That's
How
right.
fun is that?
That's right.
I'm jealous. When
So
I was
shout
there, I
out.
wanted to move to Toronto right away. I was like, holy shit, man, I need to be out here. Stuff is happening out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you feel that way when you're out there.
I got made fun of for tying my sneakers up all the way in Toronto.
I love that. See,
Hey,
at least they tell you. They're giving you a heads up. They're like, yo, bro, you look whack.
I like to do
Untie
this
that
thing
shit.
where I put my headphones on in public and slightly nod my head to really sell that I'm listening to music. But like the fucking psycho I am, no music. I'm just listening to what you're talking about.
Wow.
Okay. And so I did this. I did this for this group of
That's fucked.
teenagers. There's like these Asian teenagers, a gang of them, and they all had Jordan 1s on, all different colors.
Nice.
It was crazy. They were the Teletubbies of Jordan 1s in every color. And I come on with mine, which were nice. I think I was wearing my Mellows at
Yeah.
the time,
Okay.
black and gold. And I'm bobbing the head, I'm bobbing. And I put the sneaker out there as bait. I put it out there, like, hey, boys, respect the shoe, thinking I'm going to get a compliment, thinking like they're going to be like, yo, look at this guy, hard as fuck. Maybe invite me into the gang.
Yep.
Now I got plans all of a sudden, but no, they were like, they all laughed. They're like, this guy fucking, look at his laces. I heard laces. I went, what the fuck? I looked down at the, what's wrong with the laces? Fucking, and they're laughing like I think I heard like geek or whatever. Like
Yeah.
because
Your laces are too tight.
and even to where I'm wearing my Jordan 4s right now. Okay,
Those are fine.
I'm gonna
That's
show
like Jerry
these.
Seinfeld
Show these to
style.
the camera.
That's fine.
I think these shoes look like there should be wheels in the heels, and they should light up when you stomp on them. That's what I think these shoes look
Oh
like.
my God.
But I like it. They actually have
The
grown
LA
on me.
gear.
They've grown on me. Anyways, even
They're
as
so fire.
as you see, my laces are done all the way up. This is not cool, is it?
Yeah, that's fine. That's like the Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that is cool.
Whoa, this is coming apart. You see that?
Well, I got.
The whole midsole is falling off.
Well, you know what?
A little crazy glue.
I have an explosive gait. I move quickly. I don't expect a shoe to keep up with that over years. So they made fun of my laces, and that's pretty much my entire review, my Yelp review of Toronto.
I was just thinking of a really frugal thing. You live in a building. How much shit could you borrow off people from different units? Just little bits at a time.
I would never, because you do not want to open a door to a neighbor. Because then they're going to start asking you for shit. The minute you ask for a cup of sugar,
No, keep telling them the wrong place. Hey, I'm from fucking 201.
they know where
Can
I'm
I
from.
borrow? Okay.
They know exactly where
I'm
I'm
like,
from.
we're 201.
We're the renters in the building, in a very high-end, like, retirement building. So everyone knows where the renters live. To the point where I walked in the building the other day, and there was a security, because the doors were broken. There was a security guard sitting in the foyer with one of the condo board ladies. And she was only there just to confirm that people lived in the building, because the door was open. And she goes, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a fob? Do you have a fob? Do you live here?" And the condo board lady turned around. She goes, "Oh, yes, he does. He's in 309. And I'm like,
Oh,
wow. You know the number. Like, you got quite the case on me. This little bitch walks around with a clipboard in the visitor parking garage every morning, 9 a.m., 11 a.m., writing down license plates.
Make sure.
There are 40 visitor stalls, and at peak times, maybe 15 of them are utilized.
Shit.
Yet she still will tag and tow. And I hate this shit. So I walked right up to her when I saw this. I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm writing down license plates." I'm like, "Yeah, and you're going to tow these vehicles?" And she goes, "Well, yes. Yes, if they stay outside of the hours, I will."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "You feel good about this?" She goes, "Yes, I do feel good about this."
It's like people who are living in the building that pay your wage.
Yeah. You're towing your neighbors.
Their friends or whoever the fuck it is. Their visitor. Yo, you can't even come see me at my own crib that I bought because this bitch will tell you, like, what? Yo, I fucking hate. I just got a new condo company.
Let's talk about it.
I had the worst. I got sued twice by my condo company. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers don't email in 2019. Like, yo, who the fuck? I never check my mail. That's my own fault. Whatever. Everything gets emailed. Why the fuck do I have to? Why are you still wasting shit on this? So they sue me twice. Every time you get sued, you're paying way more. It makes you fucking look horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got a new company, but I run like an Airbnb out of it right now. And she like brought up, she's like, "Oh yeah, if you live there." She kept bringing up if I live there. I was like, "Yo, I just don't check my mail." You emailed me. That's why we're talking right now. Keep doing that. That's working.
She went old school.
Yo, but the old company would mail it every time. They mail you one morning and then sue you. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they imagine someone sues you for $600 and then you have to pay $1,000 in legal fees. So stupid.
I'm gonna make a cheeky jab at the.
They worked for us. That's my fucking place. I bought it. You know, it doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna make a cheeky jab at the gender debate here.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten a ticket from your condo board? Any, right? A ticket, a fine, a notice.
A fine, yeah.
Right? Was it ever from a guy?
It wasn't. No.
Every time, it's a condo board lady.
Yeah.
It's an old lady.
Nah, I
every
can't
time.
lie that, man. I got in a huge fight with a guy at my condo board.
That's good. We wanted this.
And this was it. Man, I roasted him. I was like, I shouldn't have, but they sued. It was the second time they sued me. I knew I was losing a bunch more money because of it. Imagine just someone takes $1,000 out of your pocket. It's so fucked.
Yeah.
I'm down there. I'm like, yo, like, you're supposed to work for me. Like, this is I own the place in the condo. Nobody says shit. You guys go to these drastic measures to collect instead of just reaching out even the slightest little bit. And I was just like, yo, this is why you're in a basement in fucking Southeast Calgary, because y'all are whack. You're shit business. You're going to get fired. Like, I've told everyone in my building, we need to get rid of these. I was like, fucking big brother them, you know?
Yeah.
We need to get rid of them.
Alliance.
Yeah. Everyone, let's band together. We need to get rid of this condo board. And now we got a new one.
Oh, wow.
And they're fucking downtown in a beautiful building next to a law office. And it's like, yeah, because you're not whack. Thank you.
Wow.
I had so much beef with this condo shit, so I'm glad we actually got this out. This felt good.
What do condo boards in Fort McMurray have in common? No positive reviews, apparently. No positive reviews.
Actually,
Imagine a
like
condo board. Imagine a condo board in Fort Mac. What a disaster that would be.
Wow. If you own a condo in the fucking box of cold,
should we get to the show here?
Reevaluate, you know?
Reevaluate.
This is a big country. You don't have to be there.
Have you evaluated any movies lately?
What I see recently.
Yeah,
I actually watched that one Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah. Freddie Mercury.
Which I thought like I was gonna love because I love Bohemian Rhapsody.
And you're friends with someone that looks like him, so you
and
thought,
just like that song to me is one of the greatest songs ever made. The moods, that's a piece of art. That's different than a song even. That's like you know, Ghost Town by Kanye is something newer that came out that's like on that level to me.
How does that one go?
Ghost Town?
Yeah.
Fuck. And, like, there's so many different parts of it.
Oh, it's the song that changes.
Yeah.
Travis Scott's been doing that, I noticed.
He's got a really good, yeah, exactly, with the sicko mode.
And 90210.
90210, exactly.
If you only played this portion of the show, people would be like, oh, that Brett guy knows his hip-hop. But,
Definitely.
but that's it. That's
you
all
know
I
enough,
know.
whatever. That's cool.
You were saying some artists before the show began, you guys were all like Mace, I heard?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who Mace is.
So, yeah, you do. Bad boys.
Bad
make me feel so good. You know, you make it feel so good. You know, you make it
I
feel
know.
so good. This is what we do. Do Mace got the ladies? Yeah, yeah. Do Puff ride Mercedes? Yeah, yeah. No? Take hits
I don't
from the
think so.
80s? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Think about...
Want me to throw it on Spotify?
This ain't personal, not personal. Do what work for me, I do what work for you. And I dress with what I was blessed with.
Okay. So
Never
what
been arrested for
is this
non-domestic
guy?
or some shit like
Is
that.
Mace hot? Is he?
He was the man. Like, they were wearing the shiny suits. Bad Boy was so hot. And then he left. But there was... Okay, here's the thing. He came back with a really different album. But the song was called Welcome Back. And it was like, welcome back. You know, and it was like, what? Mace is back? It felt nice. That was like one of my favorite moments of life.
When Mace
I know
came
exactly where I was.
Oh my God.
Fucking... People gotta understand, I had like BET
I
from
knew
when
exactly
I was 18. As
where
soon
I-
as I could get cable, I had BET. And like, so I could watch these videos. Like, I got to see Kanye when he dropped because, like, you know, 106 and Park showed that stuff. Like, that was like culture. You know what I mean? It's harder to get here. You're not gonna learn all that stuff in Calgary. But BT was so bomb back then, like Rhapsody, The Basement. You know, you get to see people go in and drop freestyles, like people you would never expect. It was great. It was like a great moment in history. But Mace came back. Yes, that was during that time.
I wish I would have grown up on BET. I wish I would have been smart enough to turn it on and try to
Yo,
learn
I
it
lived
early.
at this chick's house who took care of me when I was like 19. I tried to have jobs and shit, but she took care of me a little bit. I lived at her house and she had BET and fucking all the porn channels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's hard to get motivated to go to work when you're 19 and you have BET on the porn channels. Like, you don't even need a job.
I
I
thought
don't even need to eat.
I thought I was bad with Beavis and Butthead and Kevin Spencer, but you're on BET and Hustler? That's next level.
Yeah.
That's the age difference, though, there,
I lived in Martaloop, or
Yeah.
not Martaloop, Martindale. Before that chick rescued me. I lived in Saddle Ridge in this dude's basement, and when I moved in there, I didn't even look. I thought it was gonna be it was literally a concrete basement in Saddle Ridge.
Yeah.
The bus ran till 6. Like, so stupid. The worst move I ever made. I midnight moved on them, and then I was working at Chuck E. Cheese at the time.
Define midnight move.
Yo, literally like it was past midnight, 2 a.m. Everyone's sleeping. I moved all my shit out really silently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was working at Chuck E. Cheese at the time. I remember his sister phoned Chuck E. Cheese just wilding. I didn't do well at Chuck E. Cheese. I got fired for swearing at a kid.
You did a
while I was
silent move out.
Yeah.
You walked out of a movie theater. You've silently moved out.
Imagine how nice this girl was. Like, not only... It was weird, man. I had 18 G's. This is a funny story. I had 18 G's. I got an inheritance when I was 18. I was working Perkins graveyards. I fucking waited till all these chits came in. I dipped out on Perkins. They had to close that day because I was the only one because I was on graveyards. I was just a piece of shit. I walk all the way home. But I had money and shit, but I just walked home with this dude, DJ, who also quit his job at the same time. We're just like, fuck this. We out. Walk home. I got this money and shit. I spent it all in a month. 17 pairs of sneakers. I went off. I ended up living in my buddy's basement with him. I was sharing a room with my buddy Mike. 2 beds next to each other. Like, 18-year-olds, as if no one's beating off. Like, I don't know how the fuck we did it.
Yeah.
You just manage, Fucking do with your mind. Whatever needed to happen.
Okay.
Move out of there because I had to, because it was like, this sucks. Move into that shitty Saddle Ridge place. That chick moved all my shit to the Saddle Ridge place for me. Got her dad to come bring his truck. Think how awkward it is.
Wow.
This guy's a loser. I moved to this shitty basement. It's all concrete. No fucking carpet. Like, imagine what I'm sleeping on. So this chick adopts me. I move into her house. And then I ended up moving back in with my mom in a basement suite in Dover. And there's literally a 26 Dover bus stop right in front.
And now you are the creator of the 26 Dover line at your store.
The brand, yeah.
You realize I asked you, have you seen any movies lately? And you were like, oh, movie? My life's a fucking movie. Buckle up. It started in Martindale. Then it moved to, okay.
Have you seen any movies recently?
Yeah, Aquaman.
How was it?
Shit.
Oh, because I said Freddie Mercury. I was expecting that movie to be good.
Yeah.
I've watched it twice now, and I haven't got through it. I fall asleep or I get distracted.
Oh,
It's like a good movie will hold on to me, no problem.
Did you try
It's like, I own a phone, but like,
Is Bohemian?
yeah, I just didn't like it.
Okay.
It didn't live up to what. Maybe the guy was too weird looking.
Hey, Lex, that's okay. You're allowed to not
I felt
like
bad
things.
though. I wanted to like it. That's
know.
the worst part. I really wanted to like it. That's Freddie Mercury. That's fucking one of the greatest songs, if not the greatest song ever made.
I really wanted to like this girl one time that I got along with really well in the cafeteria at Mount Royal University. And we hit things off so well. And I really, really wanted to like this girl. But then she turned out to be related to me.
Oh, that's why you really,
when I
really
asked
liked her.
for her number, her name's Sarah.
How close?
Her name's Sarah. And I go,
What a dude thing to ask. How close? How close? Are we
right.
related?
Which
If
is...
it's third cousin, it
that's
ain't even matter.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We got along. I
Gross.
said, what's your name, Sarah? I go, Sarah, what's your last initial? I got other Sarahs in the phone. But a bing, motherfucker. Yeah. And she goes, oh, Alti, A. She says, A. What? And I pull up my ID and I show it to her. I'm like, we're, hey, sis. Hey, sis. How you doing? And we actually really don't know how close it is. We didn't really look into it. We
No,
kind
I
of
bet
just...
you it's not even close. Maybe it's just the handiness of having the same last name and nobody has to change one. That's fabulous. You fucked up.
I fucked up?
Think about that.
Let's be honest.
She could have just had your last name already. Like, you don't have to get married, nothing.
I said it for effect because we didn't get along.
Oh.
We actually got along there. We went on a first date. But this
Okay.
is also after finding out the name thing. So, we might be a little spooked.
Only anal, you know?
Here's the thing. Still went on a date with her, right? Like, I guess that's the story I'm telling you.
You're like, well, let's see.
I met my long-lost sister, and I was like, wanna fuck? Like,
How old were you?
22, about? School, school
fuck,
time?
man.
She was beautiful.
Men are fucking horny.
and,
Like,
but we...
there's a zone of horniness that I don't think people understand, like, with men. You get in this fucking zone. And it's
No,
like,
you describe it as this fucking, this red vision, and...
yo, if you're, like, erect and you're in the moment, it's like, yeah, like, you're gonna fight to fucking, it's to come. Like,
Fight.
it's gonna happen, you know?
Okay. I think I've separated my monkey brain from my human brain a little, maybe too much.
There's just, like, a moment where it's like, nah, you can't pull out now. It's done. Like, it's happening.
Oh, well, the pullout.
I'm not talking pull out in that way. I'm talking, like,
Oh, okay.
it's just like, nah, this is happening. Like,
Maybe let's talk
You're in a
about the
fucking-
pullout. Why is that the most luring, like a Greek siren singing in the 1600s to a boatsman? And they go towards it, like, let's check it out. And then they all get decapitated and killed. And then the modern version of that is an unplanned pregnancy, I guess. But why are we so lured to that?
Well, think of the
The
siren
pullout?
song.
Producers talking.
Think of a siren song, right?
Siren song.
But on the way, but it's not just the siren song that's luring you.
Right, it's not the
It's
song.
A nice warm hot tub you get to wade in with no clothes on.
You think it was a
On the
nice,
way-
warm hot tub?
It's a nice warm hot tub. That's what
it's a nice warm hot tub.
I think
It's
it's
a nice,
it's
warm,
misty.
tight
I think
hot
it's
tub.
not super cold, but I don't think it was a heated pool back in the 1600s. I don't
No,
think.
I'm just saying. Have you had
Hot springs.
Have I had what?
Unprotected sex.
Ever?
Look at me. Of course, I've had unprotected sex. I exclusively have
What's
unprotected.
protected
I'm not
sex?
saying- I'm not saying. Okay, so the siren song is just the female saying she wants to fuck. But
The silent song
that's
is just the
so
female.
the silent song is just the female saying she wants to fuck, right? But when the 1600s, all you hear is the siren song. You go over and all of a sudden you get decapitated. But you got to think, there's a nice warm tight hot tub that you get to wade in with no clothes on. So you need to equate that. So it's even different than the siren song. That's why the pull and pray is the good thing, because you get to have unprotected sex.
This guy just audited my
Please
entire
wear condoms
metaphor. Okay.
over your entire bodies.
Whole body.
That's how we stay safe these days. 2019. I just had a debate with a guy while I was in Fort Mac.
Yeah.
He was pushing. I'm not a gun dude. Maybe there's gun dudes. We were talking about this actually because it came off. I made a thing on Instagram where I was like, why can't maybe the government put tracking in guns or
GPS?
yeah.
Yeah.
We do it in cars. We do it in
Right. Track the guns.
Yeah. And then we just know where the gun's at. Like, if you have a registered gun, who the fuck cares if it's at your house or if you used it for whatever? That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck, like...
But you're going to have a bunch of Jason Bournes ripping off their fucking tags and run in the woods.
Of course. We're going to have... We could put roadblocks in front of every idea before you try the idea, but I think they need to try even making an age restriction for handguns to 30. I'm just saying, when I was 21, if I had a fucking gun in my hand, like, I'm sure someone would have died or... Think about it. You're drunk. You're so aggressive. How many crazy fights have you been in drunk at 21? Now put guns in that equation. You know? As soon as you do, what happens? A nightclub gets shut down. A nightclub ruins its rep. A fucking stampeder dies. A fucking... That's just in our shit. But think about where they're so ready. They're just there. So I'm saying, like, to try something isn't a bad idea. Try something.
The tracking sounds like a great idea.
I understand the right to bear arms, then... have the right to bear arms with a fucking tracking in it that we know.
The debate is almost...
I know there's illegal guns. Illegal guns are going to get... Everyone will have... Well, there's this. And it's like, yeah. I'm just saying try something.
So I was recently in the States in Phoenix, which is, I guess, the gun capital of America next to Texas, where it's open carry. And...
you just have a gun on you, right?
Yeah. One of the comedians had a gun... on him on stage in his waistband, and had a nightmare thinking about if he did an act out for a joke, the gun falls on the stage, which happens to be head level with the audience. You could clip 4 headshots by dropping your gun. So,
FBI agent did that at a fucking party.
and you're saying an FBI agent did that at a party?
Dancing at a party, did a backflip. Here, you know what? Keep going.
Okay, all right, we're gonna pull up a video.
This is unbelievable.
Right, he does a backflip, it falls out, and it shoots somebody.
Yeah, like, isn't it better to not have a gun?
Okay, so here's what I was saying. With America, this is like an argument up here in Canada. We seem to be clear-headed and we can see both sides,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? We're not in it, right? So we can kind of think clearly. When you're there, it seems almost the same mentality as when you argue why you should go vegan. Because not only, just give me a break on that. Give me a pause. We'll get to it in a sec. The stats on agriculture is that it causes so much more pollution than cars, than gas, than anything, oil, all that shit combined.
Cowspiracy.
Yeah, exactly.
We all learned a lot.
If you've seen Cowspiracy, you know that just eating meat is killing the planet way more, exponentially more than anything else. So that should be enough stats right there to end meat. But we still want our steak. We still want that burger. We won't give it up.
We don't give a fuck about the future.
And that is what Americans see guns through, the same lens.
People don't give a fuck about tomorrow, let alone 10 years, 20 years. They literally don't give a fuck about tomorrow. How many people will spend their last dollar and just be like, figure it out tomorrow?
Most of the population.
That's what I'm saying.
Drives me nuts.
So people aren't gonna, whatever. Needed it, so I got it.
Seen any movies lately? Well, here's what I think about the gun laws.
Aquaman sucked. So we got like on the run.
Aquaman sucks because it's a movie for children, but with a hot guy in it for the mums. Mums take their kids to the movie so they can fucking get wet in their seat watching Jason Momoa while the kids go, yeah, they're riding sharks.
Okay.
It's really bad.
To me, Aquaman is Vincent Chase. Is Aquaman not Vincent Chase?
Wow.
It's just... How do you go back from that? They should have put him in it on this one too. Like,
I just like for the video listeners that you said that, and then just a hand came into frame,
He's
gave
like,
you a handshake. It was incredible. Like the Kool-Aid man, you just came through the wall. So, you're looking at topics here. A Quiet Place. I was going to bring up that movie. Have you seen A Quiet Place?
no.
It's a movie with John
Sounds like a
Krasinski.
thriller.
John Krasinski, the guy from The Office, with Pam, the guy who was married to Pam. Yeah, everyone loves him.
Of course. Everyone wants to be his friend, I'm sure.
His big movie debut, I think, directorial as well. I don't know.
Wow.
Let's not make this a Golden Globes recap show. It was an awkward movie to watch because the entire movie is about staying silent. If you even make a sound,
Oh yeah, someone comes in.
the creatures, not just someone, the creatures come and fuck you up immediately, okay? Now also imagine having to be perfectly quiet while giving birth. That's a fucked up scene in it, okay? That was an amazingly well done part of the movie. It was a good movie, but imagine not watching it at home in the comfort of your living room, watching it next to 200 people crammed opening day in a movie theater.
Oh, wow.
With popcorn and nachos and Skittles, and there's not a sound during
And
the movie.
gluten.
Yeah. Not till you're getting sleepy. You can't stay there, right? You got to get out of here. The movie doesn't make a sound, so you can't chew. Dude, imagine me, because I get angry when someone chews next to me. If you don't open your fucking wrapper while the previews are on, if you wait till the beginning of the movie.
Oh, I hate those people.
Hey, here's the thing. Every movie starts off quiet. Every single movie starts off with like, Miramax presents a film by this. David Roth presents, it's very silent. And that's when everyone breaks open their M&Ms and everything. Oh, yeah, zip open the backpack. Oh, what did you get? You get the pop? Where's the straw?
Do you know my popcorn move?
What's your popcorn move?
Quickly.
Oh, yeah, get into it.
My popcorn, I actually blew the kids' mind at Chinook. So I get them to put half the popcorn. Mm-hmm. Then I get them to dump half my bag of peanut M&Ms. Then I get them to butter that. Then put the popcorn. Then peanut M&Ms. And then the butter again.
Wow.
The peanut M&Ms kind of melt. Bruh.
Wow.
I'm living in 2040.
Are you slipping him a Benjamin for this?
Last time I actually brought home M&Ms from US just to fuck it up. And it was great.
Just to fuck it up,
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Huh? How are your papers, your blunts?
They're great. I smoked, bro, I was done those in like 3 days. It was horrible. I was giving them away and shit too, though. I like to, you get flavored blunts, you gotta hook
I'm repulsed by blunts.
the boys up.
I feel like I'm car sick when I smoke one.
Fuck, I think I'm allergic to them and like they give me asthma, but fuck, I like them.
Yeah?
I do. They're delicious.
Let's talk.
I always like fade myself off of it because I get the wheeze and I get the like, I'm like, shit, I can't smoke it for a bit. So I'll probably phase myself off soon
Yeah.
because I've been going in.
Do you think you would have
Me and Dill smoked a pack. Fuck, man, it was crazy the other day. Dill's been fucking it up recently.
Yeah, he's a skateboarder.
Yeah, fuck. You don't know who Dills is? Don't sleep.
You can't just throw out characters like, Marty. I talked to Marty a lot today. People don't know who Marty is.
Half cut.
Oh, okay. Now,
Benny Johnson. I don't know.
if you asked
Research
people
him,
on the
Google him.
street like what Benny Johnson does, do you think they could answer that question? I know he's a hard worker. I would say he's the hardest worker I know, but I don't know what he does.
You know the worst thing? People always say Benji.
Well, because that was his
Because it's
Instagram.
Benny J. So they just like, your mind, you know how your mind like
but
morphs
he's
words.
at Benji online.
No, it's Benny J.
No. I swear to God, it was Benji.
It's not though. That's the funny part.
Are we all
It's our minds.
we're all
We see like
dyslexic?
words that we want to see, right? You could be missing letters and shit. That's why I hate when
Yeah.
people correct you these days. Because it's like, nah, you knew exactly what I'm saying. Now you're correcting me
Wasting time.
because you think that I don't. It's like, who the fuck cares about but you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Happened to me
imagine-
at the bank the other day. This chick's like, I spelled management wrong. I was like, I'm not ashamed of that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm talking about. Who fucking cares? Your brain is willing to go past. You know exactly what I'm saying. She's even like, oh, do you want me to add an E to this and make it management? So obviously, like,
What are we
bitch.
wasting time for?
And then she's trying to explain to me how to like use a draft and shit. I'm like, who? What? Shut the fuck up, man. Just make the shit. You work at a bank, lady.
Can I give you an
Let
example?
me talk down to you. Like the fact that banks own everything and you work for this shitty corporation that you're gonna end up fucking fat and hate your life. Like, that's true. I watch bank people, so I'm in the bank a lot. But fuck banks, man. Straight up.
Bill Burr, fuck banks. So I
Not
say,
Bill Burr, Lex. I've been saying this. Everyone knows this. Shut the fuck. Don't relate me. My shit.
no, you and Bill. I'm
Me
giving
and
you
Bill
power.
fuck banks.
Yeah.
He must understand. Think about this. Banks literally own everything. You take a mortgage from a bank, they they can sue you, they can put a lien out on your house, they can fucking take that shit back if you don't pay. Even though you put money into it, foreclose on your ass. And we're talking about businesses, banks, or businesses, fucking apartments, houses, everything. Everyone borrows money from the bank. The bank can take that all back. It's just, they fucking own everything. That's the world these days.
And they started early.
Scotiabank saddled them. Like, fucking, why isn't it the Scotiabank drop-in center? Like, go sponsor some shit that fucking needs it and give, like, the Saddle Dome to anyone else. Thank you. Next topic.
Next topic. Yeah, fuck the text. Okay, so we're
You're
going
just
to...
texting text? Who was texting you? Let's check this.
No, I was going to give you
got?
an example of miscommunication.
Oh, okay.
Just my girlfriend. I say, I'll pick you up
Yeah.
at 2:45. She goes, okay.
Are you on time for 2:45? I picture you.
Of course I'm on time for 2:45. I'm always there, right?
Yo, in the era when we used to have to meet our homies at the bus stop, like, I'm gonna get off of the bus, meet me here, and then we'll walk to Marlboro Mall.
You had to
I had
be.
a homie who was always never on time. Fucking asshole. I'd always walk to his house, knock on his door. He'd be like, oh, you're here, man? It's like, you stupid fuck.
Figure it out. So yeah, I say I'll be there in 10 minutes. If I texted you,
Yeah.
I'll be there at 2:45. And then at 2:35, I said, be there in 10. And then 10 minutes later, I texted you, okay. Would
I'm
you
here.
would you have the nerve to ask back, okay, question mark?
Of course not.
Okay, what?
Catch the play.
Catch
you know
the
I'm
play.
huge on catch the play. Like,
I'm here. My body is physically here. I have arrived.
Yeah.
I don't know what words you need from me. What do you mean? You know, asking questions just to fucking see your breath in this cold Calgary wind. That's what you're doing.
Catch the play.
You're just speaking to see it. We wanted to talk movie etiquette.
I've never heard that before. Speaking to see it. I love it.
In Canada.
So
So
Canada.
we were speaking about noisiness in theaters. If I were to start a movie theater, I would have a couple of messages beforehand, before things started. You know how now they say, don't be a Tommy texter.
Yeah.
Don't be a Sally shouter or whatever they do, right? Don't open your fucking bags when the movie starts.
Yeah, pre-open.
You know
Get
when
ready.
they say, hey, shut your phones down
I
now?
can't imagine a movie where you're trying to eat popcorn and it's silent the entire time.
And people don't catch the play. When it is silent, stop chewing.
Yeah,
Stop
just chill.
mashing your
I
fucking
always-
face.
Just stay still.
Stay
Wait.
still.
Maybe do a slow like grind with it. Like,
Digest it in your mouth like a bird, man. Like a pelican. Soften that fucking
yeah,
popcorn and
exactly.
then choke the bolus
Fuck
down your throat.
birds.
That's what it's called.
No, it's fun.
Fuck birds.
Ah, you piece of shit.
Oh?
Pre-plan that
Oh,
shit.
you're one of those. So you're not allowed in my
Think
theater.
about me. I got my shit pre-mixed by the guy at the fucking thing. That's how ahead of the game I am.
2040. You're
Yo,
living.
fucking just ready to go.
That's a huge.
This
that's
guy
a huge
did all the
move.
work. Yo, okay, so the kid, imagine he's 15, does it for me. He's like, bro, you're blowing my mind. That's what it takes to blow a kid's mind in fucking 2019.
That's
is
it.
to put M&Ms in your fucking popcorn. You blew, and he's like, look at what I'm doing for this guy. Like pouring them in,
If you-
showing the other people their mind blown. It is a good move.
If
I
you-
know other people done it too, like, because I've been doing it for at least 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
I show my girlfriend. My girlfriend's younger than me, but she like I show her and she's like, "What? Like this is next level. The salty, the sweet,
You blew
the
her mind.
buttery." I did.
He blew his mind.
It's the move.
If you would have
It's
slapped
fucking-
a Supreme sticker on it, his head would have exploded. Boom. What?
food beast.
Food beast. Dude, if that better be the new term for foodie. I better not hear another fucking person
I don't like
say
foodie at all.
I'm a foodie.
I'm a foodie.
You're nothing. Oh,
You're
I'm a
also a
breather.
faggot.
Breathing's my thing. I like breathing.
I even use that word, and it's not towards gay. It's about people who use the word foodie. Faggots.
I already said twink on the
Oh,
show
yeah,
today,
fuck.
so you're okay.
It's
You'll be
just
all
a
right.
word. It's a sound out of my mouth.
See,
Doesn't-
you say
do
that
words
word.
mean something?
Yeah, if you say it with confidence.
You just said you hate the word foodie. But hey, I'm just saying words out my mouth. The irony of that statement.
That is ironic.
It is pretty ironic.
I'm making fun of the word foodie,
Contradiction.
It was hilarious. I love it.
but we're okay with
You're
the word
welcome.
fag. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
We,
foodie.
we need to switch our priorities.
San Fran-
You say foodie.
Okay, well, why? Yeah. Then why am I offended by things like, I'm not offended by any of those words. You could call me a sand end word to my face, and I
Yeah.
would laugh because it's like, oh, what a fun word that used to be. Remember that one in the early 2000s?
I actually used it in a battle against Dirty Harry. I was like, you dropped N-bomb on a verse, and I'm at the end of it, I'm like, but if you're gonna say the N-word, at least say sand first.
Boom.
So good.
Right? So we can find a way to laugh this off. But
Well,
for
that's
whatever
battle rap.
reason, my blood boils when I see someone stand up at a hockey game and try to get on the camera. They stand up at the face-off.
You hate it?
They're waving. fuck down. And I'll be with someone and they'll be
Amazon
like,
TV.
I'll look for the usher. I'll be like, are you gonna take this guy out? Are you gonna remove him? And people will be like, Brett, they're allowed to have fun at the game. No, they're not. No, they're not allowed to have fun at the game if it's at the expense of my fun.
What do you think about cussing at the game?
Next to kids, obviously watch it. But hey, if it's
I always end up with these drunk friends.
you're shaking your hand.
Shout out to my drunk friends.
Shout out.
It's been a while because I don't even go out with drunk friends anymore. But you know, you're just at a thing and you're not drunk, and they're just like, "Fuck it, bud. Fuck."
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure the children hear it and they know and everything. So I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about it. I feel uncomfortable while it's happening. I'm like, oh fuck, why'd I come with these guys?
Listen, you grew up underground watching BET and Hustler. You turned out okay, right? They can hear a couple
Yo,
F-bombs.
when I first watched porn, it was like, remember those giant satellites? Yeah, my sister had this. It was like a
They moved?
Vietnamese family. No, it's like just this big circle. It like took up half your backyard.
Yeah, of course.
It moved. When you put like.
Yeah, you're trying to find different channels.
Oh, that's some
Yo,
Dr. Evil
I'm
shit.
6 years old, and the video was literally this chick on like a workout cycle, butt naked,
Oh, yeah.
going hard on the cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking, you know, the music. She's got the sweatband.
What
And
kind
it
of...
blew my fucking mind.
that's what blows your mind. What kind of foliage was she working with?
It was clean cut. This is like early 90s, right? So
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Pam Anderson's...
yeah, she took
There.
over by then.
And she was landing strip at
Yeah,
most.
exactly.
Dude, it's funny how we were both like...
Yeah.
Perverts, both of us.
Yeah, I know women for sure.
I had...
I like study.
I know women, for sure.
Even now, I like it's like if you're a woman and you exist, I probably know about you. That's fucked. It's
Yeah.
true though. I'm just like this crazy, especially back then, man. I remember having a bootleg porn. Like that's a different era. Now you just got the shit on your phone, but you would have to wait outside a fucking 7-Eleven looking like
Yeah.
a reject because I had no like uncles or nothing. You know?
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't even do it. My buddy Leroy, well, Justin was his name. He's a good friend of mine since grade 2. But this guy would go do it. He had no shame at all.
Bootleg porn. This guy's renting
Out
porn
to people,
magazines?
right?
Oh, my God.
I
yeah.
even stole the cards from the library and the thing, and I fucking taped them in the back. They had the cards, and they had to stamp them and write the names down. I get them back from the.
Yo, this guy brought me the first one ever.
Porn.
And it was like chicks peeing. And I was like, I wasn't down at all. I like,
Of course not.
Go downstairs, grab the phone. My mom's home. I'm like, hey, bro, like this shit. I ain't trying to see this shit. So he traded me out for like a Playboy college edition or some shit. And it was like over. I didn't talk to my mom for 3 years.
Playboy's soft, our producer says.
It was soft
Playboy's
enough.
soft. He has a hard erection right now. He's actually his dick is out of his
But they're
face.
also like dimed out. You know what I mean? That's the
Playboy
thing. So it's like, you know? And they weren't peeing. Like I was still not down for that. That's still not something I'm like, yeah. Pee. I got friends that are into it.
Yeah?
And they've explained their side of it. And I get it.
What is their side? Tell us their side.
Tell us the side, yes.
It's well, from this guy would actually just like love to pee on stuff. Like, bro, when we were at the bar, he would man, think about this. He broke up. One of our homies breaks up with his girlfriend. This guy pees on her leg under the table, just because he'd pee on everything. Like you couldn't even bring him out. Yeah, this is in public. This is at Melrose. Dude, I walked into Melrose one time. I go to grab a beer. I'm like, "What up, bro?" He's like, "None," and he's peeing at the bar. He was intense.
Wow.
He'd always pull out his dick and just piss on the patio, like out his short. You know how like you have a zipper?
Yeah, fetal alcohol syndrome, I think.
I think he's part dog. That's dog behavior.
Shout out to Tony.
Stopping every
Tony
block
Styles.
and peeing on something.
Some reason every dude I know, Tony is intense. Like they drink 8 Monsters a day or some shit.
Tony's figure it out.
Yeah, with this guy Tony, we went on this. This is a long story, but I'm gonna just tell them one part of the story. We lose this guy in the mountains. Everyone's high on mushrooms. Mountains here, river here. This guy gets lost up there. We don't know where the fuck he's at. We dip down, come down before it gets dark out. We're all sitting around the fire. This guy comes out the water, butt naked. He's like, "You assholes left me out there." It was like, what the fuck? We're like, Tony. He's not happy that we left him out there, but we don't know where he went. And everyone's high on mush.
Naked?
Like, He was butt naked. Everyone, like,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. I didn't play for a hockey team or nothing. I didn't see, and I didn't have a dad, so I didn't see tons of male nudity until I was like 21.
I didn't have a dad. Okay, yeah.
I didn't just see a dick. I'd see like
Yeah.
weird dudes' dicks, unfortunately.
I
Didn't
have
know.
a dad, so I didn't see male nudity.
That's right. Yeah.
So I did have a dad and didn't see male.
My dad.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah. I know
grew-
tons of people tell the story of their dad in the fucking just balls out.
Me and my dad used to, of course. My dad would lay in
They
the
go
bathtub.
over and kiss them on the mouth, you know? That's some weird white shit.
I would speak openly with my father. He would have a bath in front of me, and I would sit on the toilet, and we would talk up until probably age 14,
Yeah.
15. I come home from school.
I talked to my dad on the toilet, but there wasn't just blatant dick out. Like his dick is in the toilet. Like,
No, he's talking in the bath and he's sitting on the toilet.
I'm not taking a shit. I'm just sitting on the toilet for
And his dad's sitting in the bath.
comfort. He's having a bath. Sometimes covered the dick with the washcloth. Sometimes didn't. It's all good. It's just the fellas. Mom's not home yet. It's just us and the cats. We're
Yeah.
hanging out.
So I didn't have a lot of that. And then I'm going on these trips and shit, and I meet these Tonys, and all these Tonys are pulling out their dicks.
Tonys.
Tonys. Everyone.
Shout out to the Tonys.
Yo,
that
this
pull
guy
out the dick.
fucking fought a rattlesnake on that trip. Like, we have a picture on a shitty digital camera with this rattler just, like, going at him. And he's, like, kicking it with his boot, you know?
Steve
While
Irwin.
everyone's high on mushrooms.
Oh, my
Bro, it
God.
was a crazy trip. We'll get
Alber-
into that one day. We'll get into it.
Alberta Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Instead of a
Tones. That's what we
Australian
call 'em.
accent, it was a Fort Mac.
Bro, I never want to go home off a trip so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I was done. I was a fucking whiny little baby by the end of it.
You wanted to leave something? Is that what you're telling me? Did you want to
I ate
leave?
this gluten and I was like, we gotta go.
Every one of your stories today, and then I had to go.
No, that same Tony tipped over my canoe and I lost all my shit down the fucking river.
Hey, don't hang out
Imagine
with
that.
people that drink. That's the moral of that story.
But I fucked up the day before pretty bad. Did I what?
No, was he pissing? Is that how he tipped your shit up?
Nah, he
out.
tips his boat and he grabbed ours onto ours to try to save himself and tipped ours. Tragic. Everything, imagine a rushing river and
no.
everything just in it going. Yard sale.
Oh, no.
Like a fucking block yard sale. Everyone's jumping in. You know, they saved the Crown Royal. They saved the mushrooms. They didn't save my food. I lost part of my tent. This is day one.
You know what's funny? Looking at the clock now, seeing we're about an hour in. Is that right? One of our topics today was why you can't host the Oscars, and you naturally got to a story that applies for it. Anything like dick out pissing. You even know a guy. You allowed a guy to piss on a woman. You can't host the Oscars.
True. If that story came out, there's way more stories, but okay.
And they'll hear
And
plenty
what would
of them.
yours be?
You name it. I've probably already this podcast. Just me saying the word twink earlier is enough
yeah.
that I can't
And the
host the
fact that
Oscars.
you hate people celebrating or trying to get on camera at the Flames game.
Oh, come on. Give me, where are you broadcasting to? Who's pumped about that? Who's excited at home? Everyone thinks you're an idiot when you stand up. Are you
Yo,
kidding
honestly,
me?
I had season tickets behind the penalty box.
Oh, God.
And people send me pictures all the time, super stoked that they see me.
Right.
Bro, you're eating ice cream. And
But hey, you're not turning around eating that. Look at me. I mean, no. You're
No.
just sitting there
That's true.
with your big head watching the game. And then they
Huge
spot
head.
it. They go, look at that guy's big head. And they send you a text. They're like, I got that guy's number. I have that big head's number. That's why you have two phones, right?
Marco has a bigger head than me. Shout out to Marco if you ever watch this.
Shout out. Good.
Big ass head. He can't even fit the size 8. Like, I'm like a 7 3/4 or some shit. Imagine an 8. And he can't get it on. It's like,
I don't even know what. I've never
Crazy.
even known my hat size.
oh,
I've never actually paid for a hat.
I gotta stop wearing
I've
a
always
hat.
just been given
I'm gonna be
hats.
bald right
You've
away.
given me 3 hats.
exactly what I'm saying. Baldness is cool. Shout out to Marty.
For guys that have well-shaped heads, sure.
Shout out to, yeah, you're
For
doing
me,
fine.
I
You
have
look
a
like you
flat
got like
head.
more of a super villain to you now. Don't fucking
As he laughs
sleep.
like a supervillain. Weird. Weird. I can't. I got a flat spot in the back of my head. When I was born, they had to use the suction cup to get me out because my mom was so fucking tight.
Oh, so you can't do the...
Yeah, so they used the suction cup, and then my head depressed a little bit, got flat. Okay?
Well, you must be able to like Botox it and make it come out a little more.
Oh, right. I could put some filler in the back of
Some
my
filler,
head so I can go
exactly.
bald better.
Perfect.
The first time I got my hair cut with the girl that cuts my hair now, she told me about 8 cuts in. She goes, after the first time I cut your hair, I went home and cut my husband's hair just like yours. And I was like, oh, like, hello, like, why, thank you very much, you know? And she goes,
Pound
yeah.
sign.
He goes, yeah, he even has the same flat spot on his head. I was like, what's that?
Oh.
And she goes, yeah, because he grew up in Pakistan and never had a bed. He slept flat on his back on the floor. So I went from like fucking so cocky to feeling like a Pakistani boy very quickly. That
You have a similar lifestyle,
That's
though.
your comparison. I was so full of myself until I
so full of myself.
Pakistani.
And then she's like,
Because if you're a Pakistani,
Yeah.
you can't be proud. You can't.
What?
she goes, you remind me of my
Racist.
my poor Pakistani husband.
Oh, shit, that was amazing.
Now, let's get to a segment called Make Me Feel Differently, all right? We can probably do this once a show because, Lex, you're highly opinionated.
Highly.
You have opinions, and you stick to them. I've
Yeah.
never really seen you...
I will get where people are coming from if they have a good argument.
right.
I can't deny. A good argument, you can't deny.
And I argue 100% in facts, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friend, whatever it is. I like
Yep.
to talk quotes, times, events, actual things that happen, not emotions, reals, not feels, as
Okay.
Sam Walker would say. Reals, not feels. Would you say you argue, what's your percentage of
More
facts to
feels.
emotion?
More feels like, yeah. No, facts and feels, I guess.
A balance.
Depends. I have
Okay.
a weird thing with like disrespect. If I feel disrespected.
Let me give this example. If someone doesn't like a song that you like, you're a little bit...
No, I wouldn't say that. It's even that topic right there, I felt disrespected on. Because
No.
I would say if someone is gonna say something nasty about it without even hearing it, or without even like, you can't just hear a song and say, "Oh, this is trash." Is this even a song? I know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I think, yeah, that's like, if they're not gonna hear the song out and talk shit about it, that is wrong. That's an uneducated opinion. You don't deserve the opinion.
Fair.
Fair.
So,
And if you're saying something, is to say something negative and just be a fucking one of those.
so then we're talking facts. They haven't seen or heard the piece entirely, so they
Yeah.
don't have all the facts.
They don't.
Okay, cool. Just trying to get a
They don't know if that song's gonna switch halfway and the guy does the whole other half of the fucking track backwards.
Yeah.
Like Nas Rewind. This guy fucking, imagine that. This guy does the track backwards. Like, people aren't even gonna take in a song like that. They're just gonna hear, oh, fucking, this guy saying this, or I don't know. I don't get it.
Right. Now, but there are times when people watch a thing in entirety,
And and they don't like it.
like your Freddie Mercury biopic,
Definitely. Which I tried to watch twice because I was so
Right.
uncomfortable with not liking it.
and you didn't like it.
It didn't grasp me.
Right. Now,
It
people...
didn't slap.
Let's talk Kanye here. Kanye
Okay.
is not in the public eye anyways, a well-liked person.
Well, nah, that's a lie.
That's a lie?
Yeah, of course. He's such a well-liked person.
Well, from his super fans, but I seem to think the overall, there's a lot of hate on him for some reason.
Definitely.
I want to get to those reasons.
You're opinionated. Like, everyone has an opinion on him. Everyone has a side.
So I asked,
I actually just did interviews for the store, and every interview we said, "What are your feelings on Kanye West?"
right.
And the answers were hilarious.
Well, we know.
Lots of people didn't get jobs.
Oh my God, this was in your.
This is in my interview. What do you think of Kanye West?
See, now this is where I think you're taking him too close. Well, okay, here's actually no, that's unfair.
You gotta understand,
That's
Kanye
unfair.
West is our industry.
Yeah, that's
we
unfair.
sell more Yeezys and more
Yeah.
Kanye's stuff than anything.
I take that
They're
back.
paying this guy,
Yeah.
so
That
that's
does
why.
make sense. Yeah. Actually, that's a perfect.
Everyone's got these
trigger
weird.
question.
Like, you gotta understand, Kanye is my dark twisted fantasy. Kanye is college dropout. You know, college is or Kanye is like, man, this guy has put out crazy art, and people will take a tweet of his and compare it to like Yeezus, and it's like Yeezus was a tour, a crazy album. He pushed barriers in music. He put a mountain. He rapped at the top of a mountain. He fucking brought Jesus out. He wore a mask. He did everything you're not supposed to, and it was one of the greatest concerts of all time, if not that I've been to. And most people will say one of the greatest tours of all time. Is just same thing. Think about this, man. Like, he fucked up. He didn't show up to Vancouver twice. I have a friend who doesn't fuck with Kanye now because he didn't show up to Vancouver, and he went out to Vancouver. And I've argued this point even with him. So he had just got Kim. He wanted Kim forever. Like, he rapped about Kim when they were friends. Then he didn't. Then she got married to Chris Humphries out of nowhere. Just marries Chris Humphries. Super fucked up. Kanye wanted her that entire time.
Okay.
Vancouver, he drops out on, but he fucking did it to propose to Kim. So it's like, I know emotionally, I know how I would feel if I love someone and I was trying to, like, that's on some personal life shit. And it's like, that's your job. We all don't show up for work sometimes. No one's perfect. You got to put it into context.
Okay.
This is this guy's job. So even for Kelby, I feel bad that it ruined his whole perspective on him because he missed out on a lot of crazy good Kanye moments, taking that moment so personally that this guy fucked him when he was in love, and he's just like, fuck my life, I want to marry this girl. Like,
cool.
And we felt that way before about girls, obviously.
Cool.
You know? So that's in that moment. So
that's an awesome way to paint his
he's just a person.
Character.
That's the crazy part about it.
Now let's get to, I guess, what the other side says about him.
Okay.
All right. I asked my Facebook today for people to chime in. So here are a few things. The reasons people don't like Kanye. And this is why I want you to make me feel a different way.
Okay.
I'll try to be open to it. He says, I'm the number one person in music. That means anyone living or breathing is number two. Let me go on. There's more. I need a room full of mirrors so I can be surrounded by winners. And my greatest pain in life is that I will never be able to see myself perform live.
That's real.
Right. Now, people are going to say that this is very egocentric and you're very full of yourself, which isn't a good quality.
Fuck that. Having confidence, shut the fuck up, man. The people who don't think it's a good quality, they're fucking whack losers who hate their life, who can't say, yo, my life's dope. I'm the shit. I've been killing it. There's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. Him not getting to watch it is probably talking about Yeezus, because Yeezus was crazy. This guy had a mountain.
Yeah.
He fucking put a screen above it. It was an experience. It wasn't a concert. It was the best shit I ever seen in my life. When he took the mask off at the end, that's real. Like, so he's very confident. You know what I mean? And
I'll give you a supporting argument.
I love that, man. That's the Dame Dash. That's the fucking, bro, like, that's the boss shit. That's the problem. People got to understand, if you're not a boss, how the fuck are you going to think like a boss? You're not a boss. You're a fucking peasant. Not a peasant, but you know what I mean? You're not like picking what you're doing for your life. You can't get a job you can't give your son a job at your fucking, like, your job. You can't just give your son a job. You don't own it like that.
Yeah.
You're not the boss.
Yeah.
Kanye's a boss. This guy's put money. You got to understand, there's a whole resale market flourishing off this guy's sneakers. Adidas makes money. Yeezy makes money. You know, the consumer pays more in the long run. That's true. I'm a resale company. Mm-hmm. I understand, like, this guy puts money, you know what I mean? He should have more confidence. I think he should be cockier. He's done so much.
Cool. I'm not,
that's how I feel about
I'm not
that.
turned off by that either, because we shit on Kanye for having that confidence, but there's a guy by the name of Bret Hart who said he was the best
Excellence
there was,
of execution.
the best there is, the best there ever will be, the best. Anyone living underneath me is second. Same sort of mentality.
Yeah.
We don't shit on Bret Hart.
Of course not.
Both Kanye and Bret Hart are in the business of selling tickets
Yep,
and an image.
for sure.
Why do we shit on Kanye and not the
You
wrestler?
wanna know, well, I feel like this is gonna come up in the comments about, like, the Trump, right?
One of the points is supports Trump. Yes.
Okay, you gotta understand. He is think about this. Kanye could sit back, play the fucking nice guy, you know, make beautiful music, make everybody love him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, why do you think he's like, nah? Because he can't be, he's like showing people, you can't control me with a fucking, you can't say, yo, I can't wear this hat. You can't tell me what to do. Don't fucking tell me what to do. This is like my personal choice, which we all have personal choices, and we would all feel that way if people had opinions on us. If they say you can't do this, it's like, what? I can do whatever I want. I'm my own person. And he's standing up to show that they don't have to be. Is it Democrat?
Well, he likes Republican.
Yeah, like they're saying all blacks should be Democrats, and he's saying no, we shouldn't all be Democrats. We shouldn't just go in where they're telling us to go in. We could be Republicans. We can have money. We can so you got to understand, he's the only one who went to the White House and tried to talk to this man about Chicago, about Larry Hoover, about jail reform. He went to the White House, even though everyone was going to hate him, and say, yo, I'll try to talk to this guy. Let's do this. Let's try to make America better. He's like actually believing in that. So Trump became president some fucking how.
I think this answers the question producer just sent to me, is how the difference between Bret Hardy's an entertainer and people look at people in the music industry as influencers for real life. And I think his public wealth.
Think of what music is like. It's like fucking, yo, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Right.
That's the whole lifestyle, is drugs, murder.
I don't think we should, but we do. If he's going to tie himself to politics, then he's making it real.
For sure.
Right?
Listen to music every day in every aspect, regardless of what you're doing.
What else do we have here from Facebook here?
No, you don't. You're not wearing wrestling. You're not wearing a wrestler's sneakers. I'm wearing Yeezys right now. You're not wearing.
So the argument there is that they're ripped clothes and they're overpriced. So anyone who says they're ugly is entitled to that opinion, right? But they'll say it's too expensive and that he shouldn't be gouging a customer for something that is arguably a torn product. What would you say to that?
I just feel like if we said anything about people like they do about him, they wouldn't like it. They'd be like, oh, fuck. These are real things that we're saying. There's a real person standing here. We gotta we put these people up so high because they're so fucking talented and have done so much work. This guy not only took over the music industry, took over the fashion industry, took over the sneaker industry. Mm-hmm. Of course they're going to hate on him. They need to hate him. This guy's doing too much.
Married the #1 girl in the public eye.
Yeah. You know, and now Travis is with Kylie. Travis was with Kanye every day for years. They were like fucking hand in hand. That's why he was so mad at the sickle mode shit. And
let's get to more of his incriminating things, such as when he said, when you hear about slavery for 400 years, slavery, that sounds like a choice. And then he says slavery's not real. It didn't happen. It was a choice. Are you offended by that?
How long?
400 years.
Okay, I'm not sure. I remember the interview differently of how he said it.
That's the quote, is when you hear about slavery for 400 years. 400 years, that sounds like a choice, is how he said.
Does it not? But here's the thing. Slavery, you got to understand, after a while, you're just born into that. I know when I grew up as a kid, I didn't know what was going on around me. I just grew up, and that was my life, and I didn't really know any different. I knew some kids went to Disney World and shit. Mm-hmm. I knew some people did some cool stuff, but generally I didn't have a phone and stuff, okay? So the slavery, after a while, being born into that for so many years, think of how much that would become the norm.
Yeah.
But 300 years, after a while, I'm sure you would expect people to stand up and, even if you don't want your race, you don't want a race to end, you don't want none of that shit, but you want the fight back, which they did. And obviously America is the way. It's still, I don't know what's going on.
How about this,
with
though?
America, but so I'm just saying, man, think about that, 400 years. For 400 years, you didn't.
And no one stepped up. But
you didn't fight back. But the Indians fought. The fucking, everybody fought. War is such a huge thing. But then and I'm sure they did fight back. I'm sure tons of them died because they fought back. They didn't have guns. They didn't have.
Mentally, though,
yeah, that's what I heard. Is he's saying the truth is we're slaves. We followed a vagina in a country already with laws, with rules, forced to pay bills, we can't just live here for free. So
okay, we're all slaves, is what you're saying.
Kanye's head
are we not
at such a level?
Did humans not enslave themselves?
That thinks he can talk to everybody else and they'll just automatically understand what he's saying.
But he's on another level. That's the problem.
up
He's
here.
thinking in 20. He always says, I think in the future. And then you have to bring yourself back because you're like, wait, I got to tell you how I got to this future thought. And Kanye always is in the future. Like, Jay-Z said it the best. It's like, Kanye's the fucking guy who runs over the hill and gets shot by the Indians.
Yeah.
And then comes back like, yo, there's a lot of Indians over there. And then they know that and they go over. So he did it
That
with...
was his metaphor?
Yeah. Because
That's
it's
amazing.
like, Kanye tries it first, gets all the scrutiny, and then...
Hey, Jay-Z, pick a better metaphor. But I get what
It's
you're
true,
saying.
though.
But you're saying with the 400 years of slavery, that must have been a choice because no one was willing to stand up and do anything.
Nah, but he was talking mentally, is what he was saying.
Mentally, it doesn't matter. We still will
He didn't want people to talk about... People don't even think about what he said before he said that comment. The whole point of it was the fact that he doesn't want to talk about slavery anymore. We're past that. We're staying in these dark eras, thinking and reminiscing. We're in the future. Black people need to rise up. Jay-Z is the best... Because sometimes the argument is like, go do it yourself. Like, if you guys hate how white people do it, y'all build something. Jay-Z is like, yeah, I'm going to build fucking empires. Same with other really, black businessmen. Jordan, but Jordan did it with white people. The truth is a white person designed the fucking sneakers. It was not a Jordan. It's not a black person's shoe. A white dude made Jordan 1, Jordan 2, Jordan 3.
Wow.
Don't fucking sleep, man. Talking about a cultural, I hate that, like, white people. Like, shut the fuck up, man. We're still thinking color? That's what we're thinking about? It's like, we're people. When we grow up in, like, a mix, like, there's, your color right here. Who the fuck cares? Does it matter?
It's easier for us in America.
Definitely. Trust me. I think the way... But think about this. They went from black people being all slaves at a point, Think about that. White people owning these people, treating them like property. Mm-hmm. So even through the adjustments of the years, it's like all these old people need to die or grow a brain and see, oh, fuck, man, we fucked up. Like, and just admit it and try to help the situation. At a point, that's what needs to happen. It's like, okay, this is fuck. We're living in the future now. This shit happened. We need... Trauma is the biggest thing in the world, man. Trauma affects us so dramatically and we don't even think about it. We just all walk around with PTSD, fucking using drugs and drinking and doing anything to cope with it, right?
Let's talk day. #Bell Let's talk day.
Cool.
Yep.
If that's the mental, it's a real thing. Trauma is a real fucking thing that we don't deal with it. Think about this. Everyone's seen a traumatized dog, right? You seen a traumatized dog before?
I've heard a Sarah McLachlan song. Yeah. I've seen a traumatized dog.
But you'll go to pet it and it's really like fucked up and it's because something fucked up happened to it, right? Humans are the exact same, but we're smart enough to deal with them and we don't really deal with it. And even in that situation in the States, tons of trauma happened. The most amount of trauma. People were treated as objects. Crazy amount of trauma. Think about we talked about this last time with like the way they set up the jail system and the blacks going in. You kill a black guy and then the black guy ends up in the jail system and it's like both lives ruined. Mm-hmm. It's a stupid, for business. That's the worst part. It's like for business so people can make money. Some white dude just sitting there making cake. Ethical business, if people start thinking ethically towards business, were we going to talk good business?
That's good business. Jails. Putting black people in prison is good business, is what you're saying.
It's free labor. It's slavery. That's what I'm saying.
So that's our business tip of the day. If you can find some black
we
people to work for free, please do. Please do.
That's a horrible business tip.
Because fuck it, we'll do it. Apparently.
Well, it's good business. We're talking numbers. We argue in facts. We don't do emotions, right? We do reals, not feels. And that seems to be a good system.
Okay. But on a business tip, ethical business, I think I like when both businesses win. That's good business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you've sold me on Kanye's business to get back to him. And I still kind of... the debate's not over on the statement about the slavery thing. Because for him to say, waiting for someone
How do you know he didn't slip up his words?
All right.
How do you know... Have you ever made a mistake talking?
This is feels, not real.
Have you ever made a mistake talking?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So zip it. That's the argument. It's over. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe he was put in a situation at TMZ with all these people in front of him. He's trying to ramble off. He calls them streams of consciousness. Did you know that? Do you know what a stream of consciousness is?
A Kanye thought. Yes.
Exactly. So he calls them streams of consciousness. He's having that. He's expressing everything he's feeling. You know, did it come out right? No. Do we all make mistakes? Yes. You know? If anybody was put in the public eye like this, bro, we'd realize that you eat way too much mac and cheese and fucking jerk off 4 times a day. And like, you know what I mean?
No, there's plenty of people in the public eye, like Dwayne Johnson, that we haven't found dirt on. And there's plenty of people that maintain
Why
it
is
fine.
it dirt? He doesn't stay like relevant like that. Like The Rock, I follow him, but he's not relevant like Kanye. He's not on a level like Kanye. Kanye is Michael. You know that, right?
No, I don't, because I don't think so. And in order for him to
How
be
is he not Michael?
I don't think
Michael was getting...
Michael's universal across the board. Everyone loved him. He didn't.
No, they didn't.
Until
this
the
guy
kids.
Was touching, exactly.
Until
The comment. This guy's touching kids and got less of a break than Kanye did about a comment about something that happened 400 years ago.
Right. So we crucify him for it.
We do. Anything this guy says, he's doing too much. He like wins too much that we're like, fuck this guy. The Taylor Swift moment was too much.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that's the only moment people stood up for Taylor Swift. We always make fun of Taylor Swift. Everyone makes fun of Taylor Swift. The minute Kanye goes at her, why would you do that to Taylor
Bullying.
Swift?
Cyberbullying.
Bro, Beyonce did have the greatest video. That was a crazy video. You kidding me? Oh. They all danced in uniform? That was fucking nuts.
Right, to you, but there's also going to be a large segment of the population that thinks Taylor did good too. You can't take her moment.
Beyonce won Video of the Year. Taylor won Female Video of the Year. How is that even a thing? How does Beyonce win Video of the Year and not Female Video of the Year?
Well, that's why you have the different brackets.
But how does a female win Video of the Year and not win Female Video of the Year?
There you go. That's a fact.
That's a fact. So Kanye was right. And his mom had just passed away and he was drunk on Hennessy. That's the truth. She literally just died and shit.
It's like I was speaking to his best friend. You know so much intricate detail about this man's life.
We're born on the same day,
and
June 8th.
I want to feel your heart, the passion you have when you speak about this man. It's incredible.
I like to play both sides. I like to see what could have been happening. Like, we're all just real people, man. We all fuck up.
Yeah.
Just the reason I couldn't host the Oscars because so much shit would come out. Because I was once young and wild and like turned up. And think about drunk people. Drunk people are funny, right? We'll like hold a drunk person or something and be like, you were fucking this last night. And it's like, yeah, I was intoxicated. Of course I was like that. I drank this liquid that made me act like a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course that happened. If you hold shit against drunk people, shake your fucking head. If they have an issue, help them out.
I'm just picturing you in Judge Judy's court saying, of course, I was drunk, Your Honor. Of course I keyed her car.
Yeah.
It was Hennessy. Oh, well, then acquitted of all charges.
It should be something like that. It's just like you're drunk, man. You've never like...
I think maybe, can we agree that maybe the debate, I don't think the debate is his success or is maybe the way he's gotten it, but actually, no, that is the debate, is how is the character, the way he's been a dick. He's been a bit of a dick on his way up, and we like to take him down for that.
How has he been a bit of a dick?
By the English definition of saying I'm the greatest of all time, blah, blah.
He didn't say that coming up. He said George Bush doesn't care about black people, which was a very powerful statement, and we'll look back at that in fucking 40 years and be like, wow, someone said it.
A guy from Texas doesn't care. Okay, yeah, big stretch. All right, big stretch.
At least he was willing to say it. That's the president of the United States.
That's
he was
right.
willing to step in and say, hey. And our good old Canadian Mike Myers was on the set with him. That was the best lookover of all time.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock,
Jeez.
after they cut back to him by the fridge,
He doesn't. That would have been funny.
Maybe it sounds like American culture is destroying presidents, because starting with Bush and then as technology develops and globalization, et cetera, we start feeling more and more confident.
Dude, America is the mob.
Saturday
That's
Night
the
Live
thing.
does skits every week about our president. That wouldn't happen, you know what I mean, 40 years ago. We have this ability now to talk shit to our leader, you know?
Yeah.
That's the Saturday Night Live.
Dude, North Koreans probably watch American fucking,
Yo,
bootlegs.
they're roasting them.
And they're like, what are they doing? They're going to get fucking killed. Are you serious? You talk shit about your leader?
It's like going to your white friend's house and he says, just fuck off, mom. And you're just doing
Right.
Wow. I would
point.
never. I would when I was like 16. But before that, not a fucking chance. Did you lip off to your parents?
Only one time did I say fuck you to my mom.
It felt good?
No.
It felt good?
It felt terrible. What are you talking about? It felt terrible.
I got slapped by my mom one time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, more than one time. But this one time that I when I swore at her and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yo, she would always, my mom would I don't even want to talk, but my sister would love it if I talked about it though. She would always get smashed really loudly. So we're all traumatized by the sound of sex.
Oh.
Straight up. So I
Oh.
came home one time, I was not about it. Kicked the guy out. I was big 16-year-old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't down. But that's a fucked up story.
gosh.
Gross.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Never mind my
Me
dad's
and my
dick in
sister
the
can joke
bathtub.
around it. Yeah, I know, eh? Fucking gross. Ugh. That's fucked up.
I think we covered everything we needed to cover today. What do you got coming up, pal? What would you like to plug?
Is this gonna release in time to plug anything?
Oh, I'd also like to make this note that we came up with before the show. How sayings are evolving, and now in the 90s, jewelry used to be ice for rappers,
Yeah.
and now it's what?
Drip.
It's drip.
Definitely.
So
All this drip on me.
So you know what that means? That means, for those
Gotta
watching
keep
at
that
home,
clip on me.
global warming is not only affecting our ice caps, it's also affecting rappers' jewelry, okay? It's melting
true.
it. I didn't get a laugh from the producer. We tested
It's
out a
those
joke. It
fucking-
bombed. It bombed.
It's the cows, man. Is it the
Cowspiracy.
cows? I don't even fucking know, man. Yo, how do we know this is a theory? Ice Age, Ice Age, and then it gets really hot, okay? So that the Earth actually expands and retracts slightly, which causes Ice Age to global warming.
Okay.
Because think about it, there's an Ice Age. When was last Ice Age? 18... It was pretty recent, man. 18 something.
November in Calgary. But
Yeah. Fort Mac, the box. It was cold. It was minus 20 something today. I was
Okay.
up there in a fucking sweater, ripped jeans. I looked hilarious. Those guys thought I dressed the weirdest, I'm sure. Everyone was looking at me and laughing.
and the feet underneath you was swelling and contracting. Get back to this. Tell me about the Earth.
Oh, okay. So, and obviously there's been an ice age and there's been mass extinctions before. So if the Earth expands over time and it retracts over time, let's say over 1 million years, it just retracts a bit. You're pulling in from the sun, ice age, okay? And then it melts back out. That's why the ice caps are there. And that recreates evolution or whatever the fuck happens from there.
So how big of a scale are we talking here?
Well, think about the dinosaurs. There's the asteroid or whatever they say. Maybe it got too fucking hot and they all died.
Okay.
And then it retracted and it froze. And they're all frozen in that bitch because they went through Ice Age too, right? The last Ice Age was recent. It was in the 1800s, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Looking at
1800s?
that, my uncle, I have a very smart uncle who I just recently met.
Yeah.
Amazing dude. So we chopped it up forever. And he was telling me about an Ice Age. Lots of people died. It wasn't don't get me wrong, the whole earth didn't freeze and
not day after tomorrow.
Tons of people died. Maybe it wasn't an epic event like the dinosaurs.
Homeless people, just homeless people.
No, that was think about 1800s, man. You don't have heat like that. If it all of a sudden just gets fucking cold as fuck, you're fucked, man. You're out there with a candle.
I slept in the back of my car after a house party and nearly died.
I would
just
love
from that.
I was thinking about a show where it's people from the 1800s, but they just do drugs and party. You know what I mean? It's a regular Amish feel to it, but it's no, they're really cokeheads and smoke meth and shit.
Okay.
Even them discovering drugs for the first time would be a hilarious show. I found these mushrooms out there. Let's try them. And they're just in their old get-ups and shit. And you write it with really old sayings. You try to make it 1800, but with drugs and MDMA and yeah.
Netflix. We'll tag them in this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll put the time
I'm gonna
code.
keep the good ones. I got some good ones coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna help me with them.
you're a bunch of things. Okay,
Don't limit me.
good
Okay.
hang. Till next time.
Peace.